Good day, and here we are with E1M7, the computer station. The computer station? I can only imagine UAC is running some sort of Apple operating system. Because as we all know, that's the one operating system that all totalitarian governments would love to use. Because you can only do things on it if Lord Jobs give you permission. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the iOS. I just never liked it. You know, realistically, since I'm supposed to be a computer guy of some description, I should really like all the various Linux things, but I never figured out that stuff. I just continue to use Lord Gates's operating system, Windows 7 in particular. It's actually been a couple days since I last recorded anything, and my foot still hurts. For whatever reason, my left foot, actually, started hurting a lot, actually. I always find it funny, in all these Brutal Doom playthroughs, I always have to give myself more health because I do not feel like making myself play at the top of my game. Why? Because I'm just here to ramble on about whatever crap I wish to ramble on about. But yeah, my foot still hurts a little bit to this day. Well, to this day. Yeah, 3 days later, but whatever. In any event, it still fucking hurts, which it's fucking weird because I was just sitting here. In fact, I'm going to make special care to make sure it's just sitting flat on the ground. So theoretically, it should not be damaged again, hopefully. I don't know why it was damaged at all, but hey, you know what? Human physiology. At least I'm not getting, well, I just got completely vaporized by a wide variety of things. I love how just got a bunch of error messages up there. Thankfully, we don't care about any of them, so I need to actually learn how to use this thing called saving. It's an interesting concept, I know. But yeah, trying to find a book to read. That's a big issue with me, because I read a lot of books, read very fast, and I just got vaporized again. That does not end well. That does not bode well for this playthrough, ladies and gentlemen. Couldn't find the silver key. What I should have done with that last playthrough is I should have just stopped recording, because I've been recording for about an hour, non-stop. Just like non-fucking stop at that point, so I can see why I'd be like, oh god, just fucking cheat. We're not going to be cheating in this level, unless of course I need to give myself some health, or there's a bullshit death. By which I mean a death I would normally take if I was just playing this by myself, not doing it as a let's play, because who wants to see me constantly have to restart over and over and over again? Especially when these enemies do way too much damage. I just find it funny that Scythe, that's the very first one that showed up on this channel, that Scythe playthrough, and I did not like it. I did not like it at all. But I was like, okay, I can't keep redoing it, so I just finally went ahead and just dealt with how bad it was. I just thought that I complained way too much, as mentioned earlier, but I also didn't like the fact that I did not fully complete the game. It's like, you guys saw it, how much bullshit that was, like 3 fucking cyber demons, an entire fucking army, and the fact that the fucking WAD kept crashing over and over again, and I could say fuck some more if I wanted to, but that'd make me sound like the AVGN, and then people would say I was ripping him off, and that would be bad. But yeah, one thing that's funny about some of the books that I read, I like to read a lot of books that are one of us styled books written by people who are on the interwebs. That's a fairly, I don't know how recent that is, but it's a fairly recent thing as far as I know, where like you can just get published via Amazon and things of that nature. And what's interesting is there's a lot of quotes, there's a lot of references to stuff that I've actually read. Which means we actually get more than just your typical classics quotes. Like, there's one writer, I think I mentioned him before, Christopher Nuttall, who actually talks about, or actually references Grand Admiral Thrawn by having a guy literally named Thrawn, I think. Or at the very least, the line of, "The ship is fully at your command, Admiral." That was awesome! I loved seeing that. I would encourage more of that! Turn the flashlight back on. I think after Knee Deep in Zdoom, I'm actually really just going to pause recording for a little while until I can see if I'm going to be able to get that new graphics card. That way I can just get to work on something along the lines of, say, Doom 2016. And yeah, once again, I'm kind of just gushing. I'm not going to say nerding out, because like this entire Let's Play channel is just constantly me being as nerdy as can possibly be. But like, it actually looks like, you know, a fucking server room, I guess. Not having actually been in a server room, I couldn't tell you if that looks exactly like one. But a server room, I would think, would just be filled with computers doing servery things. I'm gonna say I don't know how that works. I may have a good knowledge of PCs and things of that nature, but I never had a desire to run a server myself. Didn't even do anything Minecraft related like that, so I wouldn't. So one thing I couldn't tell you. One thing that's funny about books that I like to talk about guns and things of that nature, because of course I like books like that, because I am a firearms enthusiast, as one would know. It's a very nice, very well done level, though. Once again, I cannot. This is basically modern day Doom. Like Doom 2016 kind of does its own thing, and it's still recognizable as Doom. But like if you're an old school Doom fan such as myself, this is like just. In fact, this is probably even a little bit better than 2016. I was thinking about that today, actually. Thinking about this game. I think it is, in some respects, better than 2016. It's more complicated than 2016 in terms of like mission objectives and level architecture and things of that nature. Because while the levels are very well designed in 2016, these levels I feel are just a little bit better. I think these are some of the best levels in WADs in general. I've always, whenever I play something like this, or play something that I really like, or read something that I really like, I generally want to read, you know, kind of the same thing. You know, or I want to play kind of the same thing. I want a WAD as good as this, and it's very hard to find such a thing. It really is. I think a WAD that comes close to this is UAC Ultra, but really this WAD here, and yes, it's a bad place to say what we're going to do anyway, this WAD here is just so perfect. Like, even if this wasn't a level remake WAD, and I kind of deserve that death right there, because I was low on health, and it makes sense that he could be able to insta-kill, execute me there, and I need to get out of here. I need to get out of here! No. Shit. Just fucking eradicate, bro, vape, do you even? Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'm gonna give myself some health, because I'd be lazy like that. But yeah, even if this wasn't a level remake, or a E1 remake one, I'd still like it. I'd love to play some more like this. There probably are some, but I never can find them that are of this quality and of this complexity. Because this is like, this turns Doom into a modern, or a then modern, like say early 2000s kind of thing. And I know that Doom 3 came out in the early 2000s. I imagine I'll get dozens of comments like, it was in the early 2000s, but even Doom 3 doesn't really come close to this level of complexity. So it just goes to show you just how awesome the modders and waters and all the rest really are. I'd love to be able to do something quite like this, but I don't think such a thing will be possible in the foreseeable future. The future. I just love how the flashlight just tanks the frame rate. It's hilarious to me, it really is. Yeah, well, like, Doom 3 doesn't come close. Doom 2016, is Doom 2016 better than Doom 3? That's a good question. No one's asked that, or at least no one's asked me that. But I'm not sure if it is, or if Doom 2016 is not better than Doom 3. Because to say that Doom 3 is bad is an all too common thing, and I don't think it is, but I don't know, I feel like Doom 2016 could in fact be better than Doom 3. I'm pretty sure this will ignite a debate of some description. But you know, I feel like this Doom here is absolute perfection. Especially now that I'm playing it while I'm talking. For whatever reason, that makes me seem to think about it even more. It's like, this is absolute perfection, I think, in some respects. With, you know, it's fucking the metal soundtrack, the ultimate Doom visor here, and the weapons. It's absolute perfection. This is Doom, to me, absolutely perfect. Like, and 2016 comes close to this, somewhat. But Doom 3 is not even close to this, though. Doom 3 is interesting, though. Doom 3 is a lot more complex than the original Doom, as you'd expect. But I feel like there were some minor missteps that well, okay, how to explain that? Doom 3 is still an amazing game, don't get me wrong. But in terms of ranking it up with Dooms, it might in fact be a little bit weaker. It's definitely a lot slower paced than Doom 1 or 2016 is, so that could be a problem with it. But overall, I'm still a big fan of Doom 3. Do not get me wrong on that one, because it'd be fun. But in all those various modern day books, or even some of the older books that I've read that had a lot of gun porn in it, as it's called, I always find it funny. They always got these special, super amazing guns, you know, because the writer wants to talk about it, because they're really cool guns, you know. I have a yellow, of course I have a yellow key. What am I thinking? But they gotta have like these super amazing, awesome guns, because the guns are also kind of like the character too in the book, you know. And what I always find funny is, okay, none of them ever have just, or if they do, they're seen as useless. None of them have like, say, a I think the silver door's up here. No, it's not. Well, we saw it. Where the hell is it? I could try to look on the map here. Blue door. I never was able to use this map very well. It's a very weird kind of map because you can still move. But anyway, let's save just in case, because we don't want to go back too far. Yeah, we need to save past that area at least. But y'all have fancy guns, like for example, Deathlands. You know, Deathlands predates Fallout, so anybody just reading it now might say like, "Oh, it's a Fallout ripoff." Nope, Fallout came out in the late '90s, whereas the very first. There's the yellow. No, that's the yellow door. The silver door's gotta be somewhere in here. Maybe it's up here? I don't think it is. Whereas Deathlands came out in '88. I know that for a fact because I read my grandfather's copy of it, and it has the date of 1988 in it. But ultimately, okay, there's that. Is it back here, maybe? No, it couldn't be, because I know we already had come in here, and so it's got to be someplace in here. But let's see, like, if I was not fully mentally cognizant. Maybe it's up there? No, I bet it's not. Now my other foot's starting to hurt. That's very weird, but they're both placed flat on the floor. But anyway, but it's from 1988. Let's just check in here just in case, because I know that silver door's got to be somewhere. Was it in here? Yeah, I bet it is. Well, that guy was still alive. And is that the silver door? No, but that's a door. A shotgun. Oh, take out the shotgun again. Okay, we don't hear that whirring. I bet that's the silver door. Nope, that's the orange door. Fuck. Where the fuck is the silver door? If I can just jump through that window, but I don't want to do that. Yep, there's the silver door. We found it. Let's save. But back in the 80s, it's funny to read about the future, the future, the 80s future, the 90s future, the future that has not come to pass. Mainly because, you know, real life is a little different than what the future would lead you to believe. I was trying to read a book just recently. I've actually posted about it on Facebook, but I say just recently for you guys. It's going to be months ago. But a book I was reading called The Proteus Project, or I already forgot the name of it. The Proteus Experiment, or something. No, it was a project. It was like, what if the Nazis won World War II? And then this is a common thing that was very popular, but as I've learned more about history, and I already knew this back in the day anyway, but as I learned more of just how, you know, the Nazis could have come close, but just their own self-defeating politics would have ensured they'd have lost eventually. And that's the thing. It's like, now that I know that, it's like anytime the Nazis win, I just can't take it seriously, because it's like, well, unless it's like, you know, Wolfenstein New Order. Wolfenstein New Order still doesn't make any sense, but it's still a fun game. Well, I say it doesn't make any sense. It makes sense in universe, but I don't think it would work quite that easily, I should say. Because, like, just because the Nazis got, like, super tech, you know, that doesn't mean they're going to be able to all of a sudden compete economically with the U.S., which it couldn't. It just couldn't. Its economy was smaller. It was getting bombed around the clock. And the U.S. was getting close to the atomic bomb. So, yeah, it didn't stand a chance. But, that being said, and also, here's the other thing. They were running out of military age men. They were running out of it. So, eventually you run out of troops. It just happens. You know, it's like in an RTS game. Eventually you run out of units. No matter how much Vespene gas or how much research you did, eventually you were going to run out. And I just took a shitload of damage, which is what I'm going to save. So, they would have lost. And they might have gone down a little harder. I don't even know then, you know, because you got to remember, there's a lot more complexities to, you know, a country surviving a war than just they had a lot of guns. But ultimately, this book was interesting. It had a lot of time travel elements to it. The only problem is it was one of those books that was like, the Nazis could never have done anything without assistance from time travel, and it was because of time travel that the Nazis rose to power. It's like, really? Once you really start studying the politics behind that's kind of... It's one of the things. The Nazis were so bad, and also the Japanese as well, were so bad. You kind of want to think that, well, maybe it was some evil thing that happened. No, that was people. That's what they did. And there's worse stuff in world history, too. Well, maybe not worse, but there's similar stuff in world history that you guys could study and be really depressed about, like me. I try not to study too much of that anymore, but it's always good to know. Because just when you see just how much violence and death took place in the 20th century, you kind of realize that people can be quite the assholes, and it isn't just because they had access to guns, or it was the West's fault. Don't give me bullshit like that. That's just about like saying Hitler succeeded because of time travel. Ultimately, though, it's hard for me to take it seriously. I still was able to take, you know, Wolfenstein New Order seriously just because it was that good, and you know, at least they tried. They didn't try to explain the economic aspects of it. I guess I was just able to repeat to myself, it's just a show, I should really just relax. I just couldn't do that with a book. Especially an 800-page book as well, and that's a grenade trooper somewhere. I like how it uses... That's kind of hard. I like how the grenade trooper uses the skin... Shit from Brutal Doom, but he doesn't have a chain gun, he's got a fucking rocket. It's a fucking stealth guy. Now that'd be hilarious, a Doom stealth game. But such a thing does exist for Doom 3, I think, but ultimately, it just doesn't work. I keep wanting to talk about the gun thing, and I keep getting distracted by other topics. That's a random... I think he looks pretty hilarious, and I can see why that one particular WAD uses that. But anyway, let's see, where was I? Blah, blah. I like how that shield can block a rocket. Yeah, because yeah, right. But anyway... It just wouldn't work. But ultimately, was the orange door down here? What was down here? I don't even remember. Oh yeah, it was this big open room, and I guess I could take a dump in there. But I do not wish to do so without saving. And I'm not seeing anything down here that I would need other than just extreme pain. Okay, let's reload the save, shall we? But yeah, talking about guns in various books. Let's get back to that particular topic before I forget it again. Deathlands was pretty funny because it was the future. And so it was in the year 2001. And remember, it's a book from 1988. So, you know, the Soviet Union still existed, I believe, in this particular book's universe. Because, once again, nobody knew the Soviet Union was going to collapse like it did. But in the year 2001... the world blows itself up. They say the world blew out in 2001. And of course, all the various post-atomic horror ensued. It wasn't nearly as friendly as, say, Fallout, but you can definitely tell that... I wonder if Fallout took some cues from Deathlands, because it has a lot of similar concepts. Fallout does, that Deathlands did, like, you know, super tech that we didn't have in the year 2001. Because, like, the book's based around, and I'm sure this has been mentioned in other places, but probably not on this channel, where you've got... It's a companion book. You got your mighty companions going on an adventure to save the world. Well, they're not trying to save the world, they're trying to survive, but you got, like, Ryan Corridor, he's got, like, an eye patch. You got Christy Roth, who's, like, the hot chick with, like, living hair, even though technically I think your hair is alive. Anyway, it's hair that can, like, move and shit. Although it's never really shown off that much, though. Oh, it's a hellhole. It's a straight hole to hell, son. There's a lot of fucking cacodemons. Just drop a grenade down it. That's always... Oh, I got stuck! He got stuck on the grenade. It's hilarious. Let's look down there. Don't fall! Don't fall. Because I don't think you get... You know, there's no falling damage in this, but... I would hate to do that. That's kind of... the whole thing is really neat in here. Oh, lava! But anyway, where was I? But yeah, and also there's some other companions as well, but those are the main ones. And they all got, and like the guns are also the star of the books, because like Ryan himself has like a Steer Og, that's what it is. Steyr Og, I think is how it's pronounced. Holy shit, that's a lot of fucking Lost Souls. Really do like the Lost Souls in Doom 2016. They're very, very cool. Although I find the Lost Souls scream kind of hilarious. Honestly though, the Lost... You know what's the funny thing about Doom 3? I really like the art design in that game, because all the monsters just look that much better. At least that's how I feel about it. Okay, so we got a blue key, I think? We got a skull key. No, I think we got a red key. So we gotta find the red door. Unless somebody already painted it black. Let's hope they didn't. Because it'd be really hard to find. But one of the things about that book... Wait, I thought I was talking about something else. Oh, Doom 3! Yeah, Doom 3. I just like the art style on that a bit more. It looks more serious. Doom 3, or Doom 2016, is much more faithful to this game. And thus, everything looks a bit more exaggerated. So it's like Doom 3 was much more realistic in its realization of everything. which I think was cool. It's just, I think the gameplay might have not been quite as good, and the level design also not as good. At least not as good as this, I have to say. And I really did like the platforming. I really was a big fan of that platforming in Doom 2016. I really hope that the very next Let's Play is me playing Doom 2016 for you guys. That would be really quite cool. But he, in addition, back in the Deathlands books, in addition to having the Steer Aug, which I'm not even sure that thing would survive the bloody apocalypse, he also has like these are all guns that were new like in the 80s, so it's like he had to have the coolest guns of all time, man. So he had like the Steer Aug, he had the Sig Sauer P something or other, P226 I think it was called, which is still expensive now. But he had all these fancy-ass guns. Okay, we need a red door, I think. I think that's what we're looking for. He had all these fancy-ass guns. And his companions also had a bunch of fancy guns, too. There's a character named Doc, who comes from the 1800s, because, yes, in this universe, there is time travel. Come on, don't question it. Do I have a chainsaw? Yeah, I do. It's a great communicator, you know? But yeah, he has like a Lamat revolver, and of course he can find plenty of powder for it. And it's like, it's one of those things, like, do you want him to have cool guns or not? That's kind of the thing. And, well, yeah, you do. But I still find it funny, though. About the only reasonable gun that one of the people has is the Armorer, JB. He's got, like, he also has, like, this fancy, you know, shotgun that uses the then fancy flechettes, which are little metal razor strip things. I actually shot a flechette shotgun shell. Those things are fucking expensive, by the way. You can get them at fucking gun shows, and they're like $12 per 3. They're not. Let me put it this way: it's not some kind of super shotgun shell for the uninitiated to guns. Okay, your typical double-aught buck is not going to do that much better. That's why flechettes never really caught on with, never really got popular, is because they're not appreciably better than what you already have. Guns aren't like video games where like this gun is appreciably better than another kind of gun. It just, most of the time, it's not. Otherwise, it would have gotten popular. That's why you see 12 gauge is the most popular gauge, because it's best in terms of size and versatility and stuff like that. That's why 7.62 is so popular and all of that. But the only gun that was remotely reasonable in that book was the gun that Ryan's son had, and of course he had a son, because why not? I always found it funny, and this is a spoiler only if you've never even heard of this Star Trek thing. When Worf has a brother, because of course he has a brother. It's one of my favorite episodes of TNG, actually, is the Worf's brother episode, but I do find it funny, though. I really do. Where, like, your older brother, Worf... No, it's his younger brother. Your younger brother, Worf... And then, like, it zooms in, at least I think it does. I haven't seen the episode in a while. It, like, zooms in on him, and it's like, dun, dun, dun! Worf's brother... It's funny to me, but of course, like, his son is armed with the Browning high power. I've always wanted a high power. I had a high power clone at one time. Smith & Wesson high power clone. They're very good guns, very easy to tear down and put back together. Nice little pistols all around. And everyone's like, what the fuck killed me? And there's my phone! There we are. I don't know what the hell killed me there, but fucking imp. Get the fuck off. Get the fuck off, man. But yeah, very good guns, the Browning high power. But one thing that's funny is, and Deathlands wasn't the only one to do it. Like Monster Hunter International. I only read the first 2 books in that series, and I didn't even like those that much. Written by Larry Correia. He's a pretty famous writer, and he's pretty cool, I suppose. It's not as good as Christopher Nuttall, in my opinion, of these new wave of writers, but he's good enough. He, of course, had the main character in that book series. He, of course, had to have the Sega 12 shotgun. The Sega? No, Sega. Not, what the... got chewed up and spat out. Brilliant. This is where the fun begins. But yeah, the Sega 12 is, I think, that's what it's called. It's a Sega 12 gauge shotgun. It's semi-auto, kind of looks like the AK. You gotta ban them, right? You gotta ban all of them. Anybody caught with one? Well, you don't want to know what happens then. But anyway, the Sega 12, very cool shotgun. I actually really quite liked them when I was growing up, because they've been around for a while. And I remember seeing them when they like first started getting imported. They don't import them anymore, thanks to the world's greatest gun salesman. But oh well, they are very nice guns nonetheless. And I would not mind having one. But it's one of those things. When it comes to guns, for me, it takes a lot for me. It takes a lot to justify a new gun for me. Because like, okay, I already got a 12 gauge shotgun, and it's already good. This one's gonna do the same thing, but I don't have to rack a slide, you know. But in all these books, you know, they all have like these expensive, multi-$1,000 guns, and I just find it hilarious. It's like, well, I find that interesting today on the internet. You know, like all these reviewers, they've all got these extremely expensive guns, and I guess that's the only hobby they have, because that's the only way they could afford that. You know, it's like you spend, you know, no, not $500, you spend $1,500, I should say, on a AR-15, and then you've got like several of those. It's crazy to me, at least. I could never. The thing is, it's not like I have to justify these expenditures to anybody. It's just I can't justify them to myself. You know, it's like, why am I going to spend $1,000 on a 1903 Springfield? Of course, I'd love to have one. I love the '03 Springfield, and I'd love to buy one and put a scope on it so I could actually hit something with it. But I'm not gonna buy that. I'm not gonna spend that kind of money. I spent, you know, $130 on the Mosin gun, and that's considered a starter gun. But to me, it's like, you know, so long as I can hit stuff with it, that's it. That's all I need. One day I might, you know, spend the money on something else, but for the foreseeable future, I don't see myself buying anything like that. Okay, we picked up the green key. Now, of course, we have to find the fucking green door, wherever that might be. I think it's not over here. Yeah, I don't memorize levels. I know, I am a scrub. A noob sidebot. Okay, there's nothing over here. I want to say that's where the silver door is. So let's go find that, shall we? I love how I've decided to divide these into just one episode per level. And of course, each level is fucking huge, which is awesome. It really is. I feel that Doom 3 and Doom 2016 and Doom in general kind of suffers from one major problem. Now, not in this, because this is a fan-made thing, but with this, let's save, shall we? But like with this is a fan-made thing, but like, they always seem a bit short, unless it's like Doom 2, and then Doom 2 feels like it's too long, you know? It's like, Doom 2, I think, just has too much of a drab color palette, and I think I'll mention that in the review when I finally review it. Because I am going to do an official review of that. I hit the T key, yeah. Yo, what's up? I don't know who I'm talking to. I'm talking to myself. I am clearly ready for the home. But anyway, I just cannot justify that kind of expenditure. It's like, you know, I got my SKS. The SKS, you know, is considered lesser than, say, the AK or the AR even, and it's like, well, that's like your opinion, man. Because like the SKS, you know, is a lot cheaper to operate than the AK. It just is, you know. It's like it's more easy to modify. Well, it's not more easy to modify, but I feel like it's cheaper to modify. And like with the AK, you can get stripper clips, and stripper clips are way cheap compared to magazines. I had that phase where like I had to have the magazines, you know, and I had, you know, a couple magazines, but I find that the stripper clips work a lot better. Oh, am I starting to get motion sickness again? God damn it. I recorded a whole fucking bunch of episodes and I didn't feel fucking motion sickness, and now I'm starting to feel kind of motion sick now. What the hell? Like, my fucking feet aren't working, my brain's not working. I don't understand it, man. I'm not even that old. I'm 27 years old. Okay, maybe it's in here? Blah, 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 blah. This drops down. Yeah, that's the green door. I think we go in the right direction. This does not look like we've been here. Oh yeah, here it is. Blue key. Sweet. And of course, oh, they come, but yeah, I see a fucking community project, but fucking assholes behind me. Assholes! But anyway, it's always with the Sega 12, and that's what you will commonly see, because like it is a cool gun. It's a 12 gauge shotgun that uses the same kind of system that the AK-47 does. Something's exploding somewhere, but look at all that. Look how detailed that room is. That's just awesome. I want more like this. The thing is, like, this kind of level here, unless like I'm really tired after recording for like an hour, you know, I could have found that silver key if I just made myself stop, but I didn't, because I was like, I don't want to stop. I just want to finish it. But had I stopped, I would have found that silver key. Because I found it before, because I played this several times. Many, many times, actually. And we just got the blue key, so we want to find the blue door. Now, where's the blue door? Yeah, it's like, this works really well. I played so many WODs where it's very easy to get lost, and annoyingly lost. That's the thing, there's a difference between, I can't find the silver key, to, I'm just annoyingly lost, and I've been going here for 20 minutes. This level here, while huge, is not so huge that I'm getting pissed off at it. I'm having a lot of fun playing this level, and I like the fact that it's huge and complex. You know, it's to me, it might sound like I'm a bit, you know, scatterbrained when it comes to my desire to have difficulty, but I like difficulty. Well, I guess that's it. I like difficulty that I can do. I don't like difficulty that leaves me getting frustrated. That's what I like to get at. But back to the Sega 12, and all the Sega 12s they got to have those drum 12 gauge magazines. It's like, dude, how are you gonna fucking carry all that ammo? He's like, I remember, you know, out at my grandparents' land, that's when you gotta learn how are you if you're going on a hike, or if you're doing anything for any appreciable period of time, you know, you're gonna need to really understand weight management. Because I just don't see somebody in one of those books, okay, here's the thing. Let's say 5 stripper clips, that's 50 bullets for the SKS. That weighs a lot. That's only 50 rounds. If you carry a bunch of drum mags for your 12 gauge, a couple extra mags for your pistol, food, maybe like you're not going on like a major deployment or something. Maybe you're only going out for a little bit. Okay, there must be something left in here that I missed, but maybe you're only just going around for a little bit, you know? Okay, my thing is this. That's gonna start weighing you down. And the one thing that will happen is you're going to start to get tired. And when you get tired, you get sloppy. And when you get sloppy, bad things happen, you know? And that's where it just kind of comes... That's where it seems kind of silly to me. That they're going to be carrying all that shit. Now, I understand you need to be able to carry enough ammo, but... The 12 gauge ammo is not light. It is fucking heavy. I should know. Because, you know, toting around that 12 gauge, taking that on a hike, or something like that... I never carried a fraction of the rounds. That opens up something somewhere. I don't know what, though. All I did was make the game really, really dark. Shit, that's a fucking caco. That's a lot of cacos. Okay, it's bullshit. Bullshit! Sorry, but just opening it up like that? Oh, fuck it, we use the lightning gun. Lightning gun? Really? It was a fucking quake? Come on, shoot him! And even then, even give myself 100% health, I still almost died. Okay, well that was fun, but that would have been very aggravating and annoying. Ooh, that's really cool. Look at that in there. Can you imagine? A lot of people would have just walked by. Me, I'm like, ooh, what's that? Look at that. That is fucking brilliant. That is awesome. That just goes to show you just how much time and effort they put into that level. And I can't imagine how hard that was. Ooh, here we go. Yeah, this looks kind of funny, though. This flesh thing here looks like a fucking giant tongue. Which, it's kind of nasty. But hey, you know what? It makes sense. Because it's Doom, and we're in the hell part of the level. And of course, it's nice that they still have the exit sign clearly labeled for all of us. So that works. And of course, it's not opening because... Oh, of course, we gotta fight another guy. I remember this. I remember not saving one time and having to go all the way back. That fucking pissed me off. I hate it when that happens. I really, really do. And we have come to the end of the level. And so, I am GeneralLotz wishing you good Sega 12, good Catamount Fury, which is the cheaper Chinese version, or whatever makes you happy.